Hey there, and welcome back to Design for Scientists. And today we'll be talking about how you can effectively use text in your presentations and everything around the things that you type in your slides. So first we're going to be talking about fonts specifically. In our view, the only thing that you should know about fonts is that they can be classified into two. The serif fonts are these ones that have these slight projections finishing off a stroke of a letter. And serif fonts, they are good for smaller character sizes in multiple lines of text. And that's the case of newspapers, magazines, books. You'll see that they all use serif fonts. Now in your case, that would be most likely your article. It's going to be written in a serif font and the text blocks of your research poster presentations. And the other classification would be the sans serif fonts. These are the ones that are better for titles or anything that you want people to see at a distance. Basically, that's that. We want you to know that fonts have personality. They convey a certain tone. So, for instance, Georgia, this is a font that would look elegant in a presentation. And we all know Times New Roman. That will give you a professional look, a more traditional, classic look. When it comes to sans serif fonts, you can use like a more formal, neutral one. Or for instance, Helvetica, which is a simpler one, more pure. But just don't go with Comic Sans, because that's the most unprofessional, silly one that you'll find. So just avoid that. But guys, the most important thing in terms of use of text in your presentation is making it legible. Your number one priority is having it legible. And if that's the case, then you're probably fine. So make sure you improve the readability of your text, because each decision you make about type affects the legibility of it. So you don't want to go crazy with fonts. You want to have a good contrast. There's no need to have underline. Avoid all caps. And don't use italic or bold unless you want to highlight something. So always ask yourself, can you easily read this? And go from there. For instance, make sure that you don't go for the less legible stuff that you can see here. The more you go up, the less readable it is. Something that we should also avoid is typing at an angle, but we know that sometimes we have to do it because of our graphs or something like that. But when you can, avoid them at all costs. Another thing to keep in mind is always have a title for our graphs. Even better, have a title in the form of a conclusion. This way it will be much easier for your audience to understand what's going on there. The only time you should avoid a title is when something is pretty obvious. In this case, the lamp. It's still the lamp, right? And we wanted to finish off with a few suggestions, and you can just write it down if you want to. These are very nice and give you a great professional look. However, my favorite ones are the Google fonts, and these are examples of ones that we really like here. And for instance, in all presentations that we make, we use Open Sans. So if you like the font that we've been using the whole time, that's the one. And in this case, you have to download it, and how to download a font is pretty easy. First thing you have to do is go to fonts.google.com, and then you find a page like this. You can click at Roboto, for example, one of the fonts that I really recommend. I think it's very nice. And then you arrive to a page like this. You make sure you click Download Family. And after you download, you just double click the file and you'll be able to install it. That's as easy as that. If you choose to go this way, just make sure you prevent any problems in terms of fonts. And there are two good ways to do that. One is use the same computer you created a presentation on, or you could save your presentation in PDF. If you're in PowerPoint, you just go File, Export, and then create PDF, and you'll be good to go. Bear in mind that PDF files are not editable and won't include any animations in case you have any. Now guys, I want to make an invitation to you all. 2 weeks from now, if you're watching this Tuesday, May 19th, so Tuesday, June 2nd, at 8 p.m. Central European Time, we'll be making available our masterclass titled Embarrassing Mistakes to Avoid in Presentations. And I really think that you guys are going to enjoy it a lot. And keep in mind that after the masterclass, we're going to be opening registrations for the Design for Scientists community, which means that you'll be able to access the full course and other great stuff that we're preparing for you all. So make sure you go now and sign up in the link below in order for us to notify you when the class is available. And trust me, you don't want to miss it. Thanks again so much. I really hope that you guys enjoyed the content. And if you did, You can always choose to subscribe in our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.